because, okay.
Cool.
My name is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I, as you probably know, was the 32nd President of the United States of America, serving 3 terms. As I read this to you, the year is 1945, and I believe my life is coming to a close. Therefore, on behalf of preserving my history, I am reading this film documenting my life. So let us begin. February 30th of the year 1882 to the not yet revered Roosevelt family in Dutchess County, New York. I lived a fairly normal life as a boy, raised by a caring family. My older cousin, Theodore, sparked my interest in politics. I was fascinated by the law, how things were ordered in the country. I aimed to originally become a lawyer. After I graduated high school, I attended Grattan School for a year before transferring to Harvard to finish my studies. Following my graduation, I attended law school in pursuit of my goal to become a lawyer. However, during my time in law school, I grew increasingly more interested in the idea of politics, especially with my cousin now being the President of the United States. Instead of becoming a lawyer, I went into politics in 1910. My beautiful wife, Eleanor, in 1903, 2 years later, we married. With her, I had 6 beautiful children. I was quickly becoming a rather revered politician. By 1918, I had a seat on the Senate. In 1921, however, I began to fall ill. I didn't know why. My legs grew weak and I became incredibly tired. I began to cough. Later, I was diagnosed with debilitating polio, prohibiting my ability to walk as time went on. By 1934, I was in a wheelchair. In 1928, I was urged by Al Smith to run for governor of New York. I'm a strong Democrat, making my goal to institute laws and actions to bring the USA out of the Depression. In 1930, I decided to run for president after my term as a governor of New York. I won the election in 1932 against Herbert Hoover by a landslide. In the early days of my presidency, I reformed several economic laws, even deciding to close the banks to cease excessive depositing. As the government shaped up, I found it difficult to keep government spending to a minimum. It became a small problem. After my first term, I was re-elected in 1938. The rise of Hitler in Germany 3 years prior began to worry our British allies in Europe. In 1939, the Second Great War began with Hitler's invasion of Poland. Churchill immediately requested for my aid, but I rightfully declined. I had no desire to enter another war. The economic situation in the United States of America was too poor. The situation in Europe, however, continued to grow dire. In 1942, the Japanese Empire bombed our port city of Pearl Harbor. With that, I rightfully declared war on Japan. Following that, Hitler declared war on my country. Now it was time for our boys to shine. I led the front lines. In World War II, I planned out strategies. The Battle of the Bulge was my idea. Shortly after the death of Hitler, I began to fall ill once more. And here I sit, in front of this camera. I might go down in history as possibly one of the best presidents in the United States. However, I beg to differ. It is only the will of America that keeps us strong. This is Franklin D. Roosevelt, signing off.